Welcome into the Sumner County Sports Show, powered, of course, by Brewster's Real Ice Cream of Hendersonville, located at 350 East Main Street in the Lowe's parking lot next to Zaxby's. We are nearing that open date as they get ready to open January 8th, welcoming all customers, fresh homemade ice cream, never deep frozen, 150 flavors rotated daily. They've got fresh baked waffle cones. They've got 14 flavors of vegan ice cream made with oat milk. So make sure you get on over to Brewster's Real Ice Cream of Hendersonville and tell them Womble sent you. All right, everybody, we have got a big show in place for you today. But first and foremost, before we do anything, it is my first show back of the new year. So I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Hope you had a good holiday season. Merry Christmas as well to everyone. You know what? It was a good time to be off and kind of spend some time with some family. But as the new year always rolls around, it makes you want to, get excited for the year to come. And that's exactly where we are here in my house. And I hope you are feeling the same way at your house as well. Justin, as always, I didn't even introduce you today. I typically do. See, I'm trying to knock off some rust today, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Yeah, had a great Christmas or holidays. Even better New Year because I didn't do a darn thing, which is great sometimes. Just not to do anything.
Absolutely. I think, a staycation type of getaway is probably the best. I mean, I think we all enjoy going places and doing fun things.
Right.
But when we come back from vacation, it feels like we need a vacation from our vacation.
Seriously.
Staycation takes care of that. And I was able to kind of do that. So
Nice.
I had a good Christmas, Justin. I don't know about you. I was spoiled with gifts from my wife, my parents, and everyone in between. So very grateful for everyone, who decided to think of me this holiday season. Did you have a favorite gift, or what was the most memorable moment that you enjoyed over the break?
So it's funny you should ask. I'm now an official LL Beaner.
Okay, all right.
So which I'm not hating on the knockoffs because that's all I used to have.
Okay.
And they're really comfortable. But yeah, my sister, like we were just talking about off camera, is a really good gift giver.
Yeah.
Got me some LL Bean boots, and I gotta say, I haven't worn another shoe since. So,
Nice.
Gotta be my favorite.
That's the sign of a good shoe. Right there. I got my wife a good shoe, and I know I got my wife a good shoe because she's also in the same boat, hasn't taken them off except for to go to sleep. She
Nice.
The first day she got them, she put them on to go outside, and then 3 hours later, she was still wearing them. I was like, "Honey, are your shoes comfortable?" Because she hadn't taken them off yet.
Give them back.
That's a good sign of a good shoe. I went Skechers brand because she needed some nice Skechers memory foam for her job. She's on her feet all day. So I knew she said that she liked Skechers in the past. I've never wore Skechers, so I can't really speak to the level of comfortability, but
right.
She obviously likes them.
Was it the shape ups or
no? It was memory foam, memory cool Skechers. I don't remember the exact. I mean, it was a nice, a nice little cushion at the bottom, but nothing too crazy. But anyway,
I'm wondering when I'll reach the age where it'll be I don't care if I'm wearing shape ups, just because it kind of looks silly. But
you know what? It'll probably be when your lower back goes out or something like that. I know I'm getting there. I'm getting old. I'll be 33 this month, and so AARP is right around the corner for me, and I've accepted that, and I think my next pair of shoes are probably going to be some nice New Balances. I think that maybe the 850s.
Yes.
The dad shoes. I don't need the extra wide or anything like that, but who knows? All right, Justin, that's enough of that talk. Again, welcome back. Happy to have you on this new year. We've got a lot to get into today. It's a big week, and none bigger than news breaking this morning, courtesy of the Gallatin News and MainStreetPreps.com. That, of course, Gallatin High School hiring Michael Stroop from the University School of Jackson, former athletic director there, as well as head coach. He has compiled a 75-45 record over his 9 years as head coach. He, most notably, Scotts Hill High School took over in 2013, inherited a program with just 20 players. When he left that program, 60-plus players every year. He got them their first winning season in 2014, got them to the playoffs for the first time, and, of course, got them that first playoff victory. So he's won everywhere he has been. I didn't put the full resume in there, Justin, just because it's not really important, right? I mean, I guess I don't need to put in all of what he's done, but I mean, all the way back to 2000 when he was at Delta State University, being a part of a national championship team in Division II. All of that's to say he's won there. He's won at every stop. He went to back-to-back Blue Cross Bowls at USJ in 2019, 2020. I mentioned the success he had at Scotts Hill. Was named Coach of the Year 3 times during his last 9 years. All he has done is win. And another thing that really speaks volumes, I think, about Michael, and I haven't had a chance to get to speak with him yet. I imagine I will today at some point. It's a whirlwind for him today. I mean, he's leaving Jackson to come to Middle Tennessee. He's got to stop by, central office. He's got to talk to his teams. He's got to do this, that, and the other. So gonna talk to him as soon as I can. And as soon as I do, I'll be sure to get what he says out to you. But, a lot of what I heard about him in the interview process was a lot of talk about academics, a lot of talk about theater and art and what it's like inside the walls at Gallatin High School. Not so much athletic success or what takes place in fourth block, if you get fourth block athletics or you don't get fourth block athletics, or if you got this support or that support. Michael was more concerned about the academics and the education that his sons will receive, not only his biological sons, but the boys that he will now coach at Gallatin High School. More concerned about the academic side of things than the athletic side of things. And I think that right there tells you a lot that you need to know about him. You combine that with the fact that he's won everywhere he's been. I think that's a home run hire for Gallatin High School. And I think fans, quarterback club members, community members, they should all be excited and welcome Michael with open arms because I imagine he's as good as it gets, honestly, as far as who was putting their name out there. I don't know who put their name out there. I don't know who Gallatin hired, but I did report that they conducted about 4 interviews and went with Michael. And so I just know that of those 4, there had to be 3 other really good ones in that interview class. And so for Michael to stand out above the rest obviously goes to say a great deal about him. And so very excited to get to know Michael, very excited to see kind of where his path at Gallatin takes him and just kind of seeing if he can get the Green Wave back to their postseason dominance. That's kind of what he is tasked to do. And I'm anxious to see if he does it. So Justin, I did see he told Gallatin administrators one thing that kind of stood out. And then he said, like the men and women who motivate me, I am also excited to get the very best out of each student athlete at Gallatin High School. And that doesn't mean just football. If you look at his resume, he's been a baseball coach, track and field coach as well, cross country. I mean, he's an athletic director to the core. He's a teacher to the core. So I think not only on the football field, he's going to be a great addition to that school, to that community, as well as other coaches, whether it be Mark Wilson with the baseball program, Christopher Stacy with the track and field program, or whoever. I think you're adding a quality individual to the school. And I know Gallatin High School is very excited, and I know I am excited to catch up with Michael whenever I am able to do so. All right, Justin, it is about that time in the show. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll dive into what a lot of people have been waiting on, which is our announcement of the 2022 All-Sumner County football team, of course, highlighted by our Players of the Year, Two-Way Player of the Year, and much more. So don't go anywhere. This is the Sumner County Sports Show powered by Brewster's Real Ice Cream. Brewster's Real Ice Cream features fresh homemade ice cream made right in our store each day. Offering 150 different flavors rotated daily, we offer a full line of vegan ice cream made with oat milk and no sugar added fat-free options. We also offer Italian ices, sherbets, and fresh fruit sorbets. There is something for everyone. Enjoy your delicious treat with a fresh baked waffle cone located in the Lowe's parking lot next to Zaxby's in Hendersonville.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
And we are back. The Sumner County Sports Show, powered, of course, by Brewster's Real Ice Cream of Hendersonville, opening up this month, a couple days, January 8th. So make sure you get on over there to Brewster's Real Ice Cream of Hendersonville, located in the Lowe's parking lot next to Zaxby's. Make sure you tell them Womble sent you to get a scoop above the rest from a brand that continues to set high standards. Okay, Justin, I'm a little late. This is the latest I've ever released my all-county football team in the 8 years that I've done it. And it just kind of, I didn't plan for it to be this way. It just kind of worked out this way as far as like kind of how everything rolled in and then proceeded to roll out. But nevertheless, going to be in paper copies tomorrow, Thursday, January 5th, in the Hendersonville Standard and the Gallatin News. And then next Tuesday in the Portland Sun, which is, what day is that, Justin? I can't, the 13th or something like that. I'm not really sure. Next Tuesday, what that date is. But again, going to be in there the 10th. I apologize. January 10th. It will be in the Portland Sun. So Hendersonville Standard, Gallatin News, Thursday, January 5th. Portland Sun, January 10th, next Tuesday, where you will be able to see all of our winners and selections for the 2022 All Sumner County football team. All right, Justin. So player of the year. I think that's everybody's initial first question is who is player of the year this year in Sumner County. And I'll be honest with you, there were a couple choices to go after, a couple choices to really look at. It came down to two players, but then this one player, just the fact that Darius Johnson, what he was able to do this season for Beach High School, leading them to the Class 6A Blue Cross Bowl, ultimately a loss, but nevertheless, what he was able to do this season, over 300 yards against Bartlett in the semifinal round to punch their ticket, over 200 yards against Smyrna in the second round. They're, outside of Oakland, obviously, and then Bartlett making their run of the first three rounds. Smyrna was their toughest test. I think it was 24-21 was the final. He had over 200 yards in that game. Against Oakland, where they were dominated, he was the only player to rush for over 100 yards, still averaged 5.5 yards per carry against an Oakland defense that, quote, Kevin Creasy said, we knew who was getting the football. We knew J.P. Courtney and Darius Johnson were getting the ball. No one has stopped them until this point. Oakland was able to stop J.P. Courtney to an extent. He still averaged 5 yards a carry as well. But Darius Johnson's ability to rush for over 100 yards against that Oakland defense, you couple that, his postseason success with his regular season success, altogether 168 carries, 1,873 yards, 23 touchdowns on offense. Defensively, he had a fumble recovery, 67 total tackles, 3 interceptions for 100 yards, including 2 touchdowns, as well as 2 sacks. So all 3 phases this guy played, Darius Johnson. Never came off the field, offense, defense, special teams. The Bucs could count on number 26 this year. And so I felt very comfortable picking Darius as player of the year this year. The runner-up to player of the year, we'll get into in a minute. He's named to a superlative as well because he was just absolutely sensational. But first, let's go into offensive player of the year. And I've got to give Westmoreland some love here. Cameron Eden, their quarterback, has kind of been a staple for them for 3 years now, and kind of culminated this year. He was named Region Offensive Player of the Year, led Westmoreland to their first playoff victory since 2014, a home playoff game. They eventually lost to Tyner, who then went on to beat the Decatur County Riverside. That's a mouthful, in the Blue Cross Bowl. So you know what? Not a time to hang your head if you're Cameron Eden. Obviously, you're sad that you lost, but this year as a quarterback, 132 carries, 853 yards, 13 touchdowns. He passed for another 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. And if you're not aware of the Westmoreland offense, they are a run-first team, run-first heavy. And so quarterback only threw 94 times this year. But what Cameron Eden meant to that team, big reason why they played late into the season, big reason why they got their first playoff win since 2014. So Cameron Eden, Westmoreland Offensive Player of the Year this year. Defensive Player of the Year this year, I think it was pretty simple. You had to go with the guy who led the defense, led the Class 6A runner-up defense, and that, of course, was Bronco Hanks. This is a guy that has been an all-state selection for 4 straight years now, all-state all the way back to his freshman year, and I honestly don't know what else colleges want from this kid. He averaged over 100 tackles every season during his 4 years at Beach High School. I mean, what more do you want from a middle linebacker than someone that you know is a surefire, someone who can take somebody to the ground? And that's exactly what Bronco Hanks was. He was that this year and more. He had 121 tackles, including 81 solo tackles. 81 times this season, he did not need help bringing someone down. Captain of the defense, he had a sack, led the defense each and every week. And so, Bronco Hanks got a lot of tackles, doesn't have any interceptions, doesn't have any forced fumbles, don't have tackles for loss information, just because that wasn't on the stats that I had from Beach High School. But you know what? I know that Bronco was the leader of that defense, one of the leaders, as well as a couple other guys, a couple other seniors as well. Don't want to leave those guys out. But middle linebacker, the guy that you could count on day in and day out, 121 tackles this year, 81 solos, led that Beach defense each and every week, and was a big reason why they played Oakland in the Class 6A title game. All right, Justin, to the guy who I mentioned as a runner-up to Darius Johnson. This guy was unbelievable. Transferred in, 2-way player of the year, Josh Maylander, senior out of Pope Prep. This guy, 56 catches, 1,074 yards, leads that team, 13 touchdowns, but on defense, 7 interceptions, 4 defensive touchdowns, a forced fumble, and 42 tackles as well. This guy was sensational. I don't know what else to say about him. Moved in from California, dominated in California, his own respective region, came in and did the same thing here in Middle Tennessee. I don't know what else you could say about Josh Maylander, but not only was he the 2-way player of the year this year, he was the breakout player and the newcomer of the year, as well as so many other things. But he was great this year. He was so good. And then, speaking of breakout / newcomer of the year, I mentioned him, but it's the same breath as Josh Maylander, and I've lost my point here on my notes of where he is. But Caden Tiemann out of Beach, I mean, he was the X factor all season long, I think, for Beach. I mean, Darius Johnson obviously did what he did. JP Courtney, first team running back, did what he did. But Caden Tiemann, I mean, first team athlete, 61 carries, 686 yards, 8 touchdowns, 231 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, 12 receptions, 283 yards unreturned, 2 more touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 61 total tackles. I mean, that right there, that is first team, that is breakout, that is newcomer of the year if I've ever seen one in Caden Tiemann. So him and Josh Maylander were the 2 breakout stars for me this year. Of course, giving Josh Maylander 2-way player of the year and giving Caden Tiemann breakout player of the year. Our team of the year, listen, Beach High School. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, 13-2 overall record. The only 2 games they lost, started the year at Farragut, where they didn't have Darius Johnson fully healthy, and then the last game of the year where they lost to Oakland. The only team Oakland lost to this year was CPA, who played in the Division II title game of their own. So they had a 36-game win streak going into that. So, I mean, Oakland is just a power among, they're not men amongst boys, but, they are what they are, and they've won 3 straight Class 6A titles for a reason, the only school in TSSAA history to do so. And so Beach High School, I feel really good. Region 5 6A champions, Class 6A runner-up. What they were able to accomplish this year, I tip my hat to them. Team of the year this year. And coach of the year. A lot of people, Anthony Crabtree. You know what? Anthony Crabtree led that team this year. He would be a good selection. But I went with Chad Perry, Westmoreland High School. Again, giving some love to the Eagles, what they were able to do this year. They went 7-5, including a home playoff win on November the 4th, their first playoff win since 2014. What they were able to do this year at Westmoreland, Wasn't unprecedented. That's the wrong word to use, but it was kind of a return to glory a little bit. And I know that everyone in Westmoreland was super excited about this season and what Chad Perry was able to accomplish. Of course, led by a big win over Portland, defeated Liberty Creek as well. So, a really, really good season for Chad Perry and the Westmoreland High School Eagles. As far as the rest of the team, first team offense, first team defense, first team special teams, second team, honorable mention, you're just going to have to go on mainstreetpreps.com to see the rest. I don't want to bore you with the remaining time that I have just reading down names, but it will be online soon. That I can promise. It's going to be in print, like I said, tomorrow, Thursday, January 5th, next Tuesday in the Portland Sun, January 10th. You can see it in print, and then it will be online Thursday as well. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to hand out Player of the Week, and then I'm going to answer the question everybody wants to know. Are the Vols back? Don't go anywhere. This is the Sumner County Sports Show powered by Brewster's Real Ice Cream.
Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
Brewster's Real Ice Cream features fresh homemade ice cream made right in our store each day. Offering 150 different flavors rotated daily, we offer a full line of vegan ice cream made with oat milk and no sugar added fat-free options. We also offer Italian ices, sherbets, and fresh fruit sorbets. There is something for everyone. Enjoy your delicious treat with a fresh baked waffle cone located in the Lowe's parking lot next to Zaxby's in Hendersonville.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try. There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. You know who you are right now?
And welcome back into the Sumner County Sports Show powered by Brewster's Real Ice Cream, fresh homemade ice cream made daily. Hey, they're opening up soon. January 8th, located in the Lowe's parking lot next to Zaxby's. Stop on by for that sweet treat and tell them Womble sent you. All right, Justin, I told you before the break that we were going to hand out our Player of the Week this week, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But I didn't really give you instructions on what to do. So I gave you I gave Justin a photo to put up of Fred Bailey, which you can go ahead and put up now if you like. There you go, Fred Bailey, Pope Prep Jr. He was awesome last night in their victory over Lipscomb Academy. Hit the game-winning bucket to help defeat the Mustangs 80-78 on their home floor. Fred averaging a little more than 20 points per game so far this season. Justin also sent you the link to the tweet. Thanks so much. This is courtesy of Pope Prep Men's Basketball. They put up a tweet of the final shot. Roll the tape, Justin. There you go. And there it is. Fred Bailey with the game winner as the fans rush the floor as Pope Prep gets the 80-78 victory over Lipscomb Academy region rival, moved to 13-3 on the season. They are back in action this Friday against rival Father Ryan. Wow, what a shot by Fred Bailey. He's been so good for Pope Prep this season. And, he was great for him last year as a sophomore, coming back this year. I can't wait to see what this guy does for the rest of the season. And then it's crazy to think that he has another year after this. So Pope Prep in a really good position right now, not only this season, but for years to come as well. All right, Justin, let's get ready to close out the show. We're going to close out the show. As I said, we're going to answer the question everybody wants to know. Everybody's been asking, Justin, are the Vols back? Is the University of Tennessee football program back after their victory over Clemson in the Orange Bowl? I mean, this right here was when they were back. This is when they were back. I'm sorry for the bad glare, but that right there is a framed photo of when they rushed the field to beat Alabama. That right there let us know that the University of Tennessee was done playing games and that they were back up to be among the respectable elites among college football. And it took a win over a program like Alabama for us to see that. They went on the rest of the year to have the year that they had, won the Orange Bowl this past weekend over Clemson, which a lot of people thought no way they were going to do. Joe Milton can't get it done. I said that. Listen, you go to my Twitter, you can search it. I don't delete tweets. I said Joe Milton's not the guy. And after a month of bowl practice, he came out and he looked really good. We were stuck on, I say we as if I've got some like financial investment into this university, this program, but they were stuck on 14 for a long time, and I thought there's no way the defense can keep bailing them out, but the defense kept bailing them out, kept bailing them out. And then he just in the second half, Joe Milton, the checks, the third and 10 hit to Ramel Keaton to keep the drive alive before the next play, hitting the big touchdown to Keaton as well. I mean, his leadership, his command of the offense gives me so much hope as a Tennessee fan heading into the 2023 season. To be honest with you, I'm obviously super excited about Nico Iamaleava, or however you say it.
I think that's exactly how.
Is that exactly how? I'm not really sure. But I'm excited to have him. But to have a true freshman come in the grind of an SEC schedule, I just don't see that as beneficial. That kid got to get some meat on his bones. He's not ready to go through the grind of getting hit by the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Kentucky, the Floridas, everyone else, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, everybody not ready for that. So I'm hoping that Joe just continues to be great, continues to progress this offseason, and the Vols can build on what they did this year. Because if you look at their schedule, if you look at their out-of-conference schedule, Virginia, UConn, UTSA, Austin Peay, that's a manageable 4 games. You look at trips to you look at games like at Gainesville, Florida, versus Alabama on the road, Georgia at home, South Carolina at home. I mean, it shapes up to where you could potentially see double-digit wins the next season. And as a Tennessee fan, we deserve it. We've been through the ringer enough. It's been too long. It's been way too long to go through, to just be in the mud like this. And I'm tired of being in it, and I'm ready to celebrate week in and week out. So hopefully 2023 is better than 2022. Thank you so much for sticking with me on the Sumner County Sports Show as I ramble each and every week. We'll be back next week. And, of course, we're always powered by Brewster's Real Ice Cream. Be sure to check them out in the Lowe's parking lot next to Zaxby's at 350 West Main Street in Hendersonville. We will see you next week.